Hello, Alberta Hippity. A quick video for Sally and the rest of the team about how you can actually proactively deal with the venting. Because the venting comes because you've built up a lot of stress, frustration, and annoyance. So, number one, we talked about this in one of the trainings, but I'm going to give you an even simpler version to follow, and that is the breathing. And we're going to just do the 4-4-4 one. And that means you breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And breathe out for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what this does is it gives you a moment to calm down all that action that's been created from your frustration. And this is really important because I want you to think about the fact that venting may help you in the moment, but it doesn't take away the damage that's caused by your reaction to the stress that you are experiencing, because that's already having taken place in your body. So it's really important to try some of these techniques. As was mentioned in our last session, use a stress ball if that helps. 2, get out and move, go for a walk. But I think this is the most important one. If you have a part of your job, whether it's phone calls or talking to people who are going to be upset, that is continually stressful. So you know it's going to be that the person that's on the other end of the line is going to say things that are going to get you frustrated or annoyed, or maybe you're having to repeat yourself 100 or 1,000 times. You cannot change that. That's part of it. But what you can do is reframe how you look at it. Remember, your brain is the most powerful computer on the planet. And you have now created a path of habit that when you go to do this particular activity, you're going to feel stress. And it builds up because our brain has the ability, by a program it runs called automaticity, to take behaviors or thinking that we do over and over again. That's how they become a habit. So what you can do is now create a new pathway by reframing that experience. So what could it be? Well, I don't know too much about your calls, but we will talk about this in our next session as well. But for example, if you're having to call or respond to inquiries from patients that maybe they should have learned in the classroom, or you're frustrated because you have to answer it over and over again. Again, I'm not really sure, so I don't want to put words into your mouth. But whatever it is, if you need to vent at the end of these calls or in the middle of them, they are causing you stress. And again, that is doing the damage before you even have the chance to vent. You can reframe it. Maybe you make it a challenge to yourself that you're going to see how many times somebody repeats a particular question. Or you could go into solution thinking mode saying, what could we do differently so I wouldn't be answering this question over and over again? You could start telling yourself, hey, I'm a problem solver and I'm going to solve all these people problems. And you might think, but Tammy, that sounds so silly, but it really isn't, because what you're doing is you're creating a new response to the trigger, which is you having to make those phone calls, and you're going to create a new pathway in your brain, which means you will respond differently. And why is this important? You won't need to vent, so that's good, but listen, the venting only solves a momentary problem. It doesn't solve what you're doing to your own body when you are letting something that's out of your control get to you, and something that's a regular part of your job. People who work in high stress environments, they can change how they view parts of their job from stressful to you becoming a problem solver. Or maybe you can change it to say, how many times am I going to be asked this question to make it have fun? But that's it. You watching this, you actually have control over how you respond, but you can't control the other people on the other end of the phone. Be nice if we could, but we can't. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know, but we will be working on this more in our next session. See you later.